other way.
What's going on, guys? Greek Freak here, and in this video we have another rumor going around, and this one's going around, of course, a free agent in Jamal Crawford, and the fact that the Toronto Raptors and the Milwaukee Bucks are both interested in trying to sign Jamal Crawford. Now, of course, as we all know, Jamal Crawford as being one of the best six-mans. Of course, this is going to be, to me, a good addition and a very underrated addition to a team that ends up signing him during this time. Now, it's been very much a concern to many people why he hasn't really made it to a team. Now, while, of course, his production was not very good last season, of course, you're talking about a player that, of course, you're not looking to give a lot of minutes to, but somebody just to facilitate onto the bench. And, of course, last year's stats right here with around 8 points per game, 3.6 assists per game, and shooting 84.5% from the free throw line and 33% from the three-point line. So somebody who, of course, can spread the floor with the threat there, and of course a good free throw shooter, and somebody who's of course been able to do things throughout his entire career as far as being able to score and handle the basketball. So as far as somebody that this could help, of course these are the types of teams that you're looking to do with. The people who are of course thinking themselves as trying to put an addition to their either playoff run or their championship considerations here. So whenever we look at something like this, we're talking about, of course, a 3-time six-man of the year, which is, of course, most all time. Whenever we look at that statistic right there, of course, many people would not be in Jamal Crawford's situation as far as the ability and the willingness to actually come off the bench throughout even the high points of his career. So you're talking about a player that's, of course, not selfish by any means, somebody that's not going to be that much of a disruption into a locker room or anything like that. So somebody who, of course, also has that veteran experience, has been there, done many things as far as with multiple teams, and helped out with some players with their playoff runs in many ways. So as far as that, we know the fact that, of course, it's been a big surprise that he has yet to been signed, and many people thought that he would be signed at the beginning of the season. But I think the fact that this could even be a good thing, considering the fact this means the fact that with him going up in age, being 39 this year, you're going to be looking at the fact that you're looking at a player that's going to have much more rest, and whenever you're an older player who's going to be coming off the bench, it's going to give you that spark that many teams are really looking at. So of course, whenever I talked about the two teams interested, being the Milwaukee Bucks and the Toronto Raptors, I'm thinking the fact that the Toronto Raptors are probably the ones that are most interested in this situation, considering the fact of what they lost during the previous season in Kawhi Leonard. We know the fact that the Toronto Raptors are, as far as the defending champions, but of course they're not coming into it like most NBA champions whenever your finals MVP leaves the team, which is the first time in NBA history that has ever happened, that they, not of course other than retiring in the Michael Jordan's case with the 98 Bulls. So whenever you look at something like that, you're talking about a very, very situation where you end up losing your finals MVP by decision rather than any other reason. So as far as that, it's a very rare situation that we do see here. And of course, with that, you're looking at the Toronto Raptors looking to add that spark, a more depth of a bench, something that they, of course, sacrificed a little bit of in order to surround Kawhi Leonard with pieces that would help him out with a more in-depth starting lineup with the additions that they made in the previous season. So whenever we're looking at this, of course, they're going to try to fight back to get a little bit more of that depth back. And of course, they're being very good defensively as a team. While I'm not going to say the fact that I believe the fact that the Toronto Raptors are completely championship contenders, considering the fact that they lost the piece that they are and they're the one team that really does not have, to me, that superstar piece whenever we're talking about contending. And the Toronto Raptors in previous years, when they were known for coming up short in the playoffs, still did very well in the regular season. So in that consideration, I just don't see that being that piece. Now, I think the fact that if I was Jamal Crawford, I would look at the Milwaukee Bucks as the best option as far as if you're looking for a championship contending piece. But of course, depending on what they offer, of course, it's understandable if he goes to somewhere that's offering more, or somewhere that he just thinks is a better situation. So as far as that, I think the fact that the Milwaukee Bucks could use that three-point shooter, that person that can help coming off the bench close up things in situations, especially considering the fact that during the playoffs, Milwaukee very much struggled when Giannis came off of the court in many considerable times, and the fact that many people really did look to double and even triple team Giannis when it came to it, and just converge onto the paint where Jamal Crawford could add, of course, a three-point spark and spread the floor a little bit there as well and be able to handle things off the bench. But guys, as always, I want to know what your guys' thoughts are as far as Jamal Crawford. What team do you think he should sign with? I mean, it doesn't have to be any of the teams that, of course, have been mentioned there. Those are the two main ones that have been coming up into the rumors. And, of course, makes plenty of sense when you're talking about those two teams looking to add something as far as depth, especially going and considering the fact that they are definitely most likely playoff teams and maybe even contenders for that conference. So tell me what your guys' thoughts are on that. And if you guys enjoyed this video, make sure that you guys leave a like and subscribe to become a brother of the Greek Army today. And as always, this is Sparta.